Welcome to the show, everybody. Tonight, we're doing things a little differently. We're trading our desks for deserts, mountains. Look, we're going to Pakistan. And trust me, this ain't your average geography lesson. We're talking about a country with more beauty packed into it than a Kardashian family reunion. And just like that family, Pakistan's got a whole lot of drama. Ancient history, stunning landscapes, and food so good it'll make you want to slap your mama. Just kidding. Or am I? Over the next few chapters, we're going to take you on a whirlwind tour of the 10 best places to see in Pakistan. We'll be your virtual tour guides, cracking jokes, dropping knowledge, and maybe even learning a few things ourselves along the way. So buckle up, Buttercup, because it's about to get real in here. First up, we're heading north to a place that'll make you forget all about your Instagram feed, because you'll actually be living in a real-life fairy tale. I'm talking about the Hunza Valley, folks, a place where the mountains touch the sky, the water sparkles like diamonds, and the air is so fresh, it'll feel like you just got a new set of lungs. Nestled amidst the Karakoram mountain range, this place is home to some of the friendliest people you'll ever meet. They say laughter is the best medicine, and after spending some time with the Hunza people, you'll be feeling healthier than a kale smoothie. But it's not just the people that make this place special. Imagine waking up every morning to views that look like they were painted by Bob Ross himself. Lush green valleys, snow-capped peaks, and crystal-clear rivers that just beg you to take a dip. And don't even get me started on the apricots. They're like little drops of sunshine, bursting with flavor. Now, if you're anything like me, you might be thinking, okay, this place sounds beautiful and all, but what am I going to do there besides take selfies? Well, my friend, let me tell you, the Hunza Valley is an adventurer's playground. We're talking hiking trails that'll test your limits, ancient forts perched on cliffs, and enough natural beauty to make you forget all about your worries. For the adrenaline junkies, try paragliding, whitewater rafting, or scaling mountains. Prefer grounded thrills? Explore local villages, sample delicious cuisine, and soak up the views. Hunza Valley is about feeling peace, tranquility, and a deep connection to nature. Alright folks, from the mountains we're heading to the heart of Punjab, to a city that's bursting with life, culture, and history, Lahore. Now, Lahore is like that one friend you have who's always the life of the party, knows all the best places to eat, and has a story for every occasion. And speaking of stories, there's no better place to delve into Lahore's rich past than the Lahore Fort. This UNESCO World Heritage Site has seen it all. Mughal emperors, Sikh rulers, British colonizers, you name it, this fort's witnessed it. Imagine walking through those massive gates, the echoes of history whispering secrets in your ear. You can practically hear the clash of swords, the murmur of royal courts, and the laughter of children playing in the courtyards. It's like stepping back in time, but with better snacks, I'm assuming. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the Lahore Fort is huge. We're talking acres upon acres of palaces, gardens, mosques, and even a hall of mirrors that would make Versailles jealous. You could spend days exploring all the nooks and crannies of this place and still not see everything. But here are a few must-sees: the Sheesh Mahal, or Palace of Mirrors, which is exactly what it sounds like. A dazzling display of intricate mirrorwork that'll leave you mesmerized. Then there's the Alamgiri Gate, built by the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb, which is so grand and imposing, it'll make you want to bow down and say, "Your Highness." And of course, no visit to the Lahore Fort is complete without checking out the Badshahi Mosque, which is just a hop, skip, and a jump away. But more on that architectural masterpiece in our next chapter. So stay tuned, folks, because our Pakistani adventure is just getting started. So, you've wandered through the Lahore Fort, taken a million selfies, but seriously folks, right next door is another spot that'll blow your mind. The Badshahi Mosque. This place is like the Beyoncé of mosques, big, beautiful, and impossible to ignore. One of the largest mosques in the world, accommodating 100,000 worshippers. The architecture is out of this world, with intricate carvings and calligraphy everywhere. The courtyard is so vast, you could fit a football field in there. Now let's talk history, because this mosque has seen it all. Built in the 17th century by Emperor Aurangzeb, it's witnessed empires rise and fall. For a while, it was even used as a stable by the Sikhs. Thankfully, it's now a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Make sure the Badshahi Mosque is at the top of your list. Alright folks, buckle up because we're about to enter a real-life fairy tale. Forget Disneyland, forget those cheesy rom-coms, we're talking about fairy meadows in Pakistan. And yes, it's just as magical as it sounds. Imagine this: lush green meadows, wildflowers bursting with color, and towering above it all, the majestic Nanga Parbat, one of the tallest mountains in the world. It's like something straight out of a Bob Ross painting, only real and way less hairy. Located near the village of Tattoo in Gilgit-Baltistan, Fairy Meadows is not your average walk in the park. To get there, you gotta hike through some pretty challenging terrain. But hey, consider it a workout with the most epic view imaginable. And trust me, the journey is half the fun. You'll pass by glacial streams, dense forests, and maybe even spot some local wildlife. Just watch out for those mountain goats. They're notorious for photobombing tourists. Now, if you're feeling adventurous, and you should be, spend a night camping under the stars. Trust me, there's nothing quite like falling asleep to the sound of a crackling fire and waking up to the sun rising over Nanga Parbat. It's the kind of experience that'll make you want to ditch your smartphone and embrace the great outdoors. But even if camping isn't your thing, there's plenty to do in Fairy Meadows. You can go trekking, have a picnic with a view, or just soak up the scenery. It's the perfect place to disconnect from the hustle and bustle of life and reconnect with nature. Just a word of advice though, bring a good camera. And by good, I mean one that can capture the sheer awesomeness of this place. Because trust me, you'll want to remember this experience long after you've left. So pack your bags, grab your hiking boots, and get ready for an adventure you won't soon forget. Fairy Meadows is calling, and it's time to answer. Alright, history buffs, this one's for you. Forget ancient Rome, forget Machu Picchu, we're going way, way back in time to Mohenjo-Daro, one of the largest settlements of the ancient Indus Valley civilization. And trust me, this place is old. Like, really old. We're talking about a civilization that thrived over 4,500 years ago. That's older than the pyramids, older than Stonehenge, older than your grandpa's jokes. And the coolest part? They were way ahead of their time. Excavations at Mohenjo-Daro have revealed a sophisticated urban planning system with grid-like streets, advanced drainage systems, and even public baths. These guys had indoor plumbing before it was cool. They even had a great bath, a massive pool that's thought to have been used for religious ceremonies, or maybe just a really fancy dip on a hot day. But here's the thing about Mohenjo-Daro, we still don't know everything about it. In fact, much of it remains a mystery. Like, what happened to these people? Why did their civilization disappear? Some say it was a natural disaster, others believe it was invaders. It's like a real-life Indiana Jones movie, only without the cheesy one-liners. But even though we may never know all of Mohenjo-Daro's secrets, one thing's for sure. This place is a testament to the ingenuity and sophistication of ancient civilizations. It's a reminder that we're not so different from our ancestors, even if they did use clay tablets instead of iPhones. So, if you're fascinated by history and archaeology, Mohenjo-Daro is a must visit. It's a chance to step back in time and marvel at the achievements of a civilization that existed thousands of years ago. Just be prepared for the heat, because this is Sindh province we're talking about. And trust me, it gets hot. But hey, at least you can tell everyone you braved the scorching sun to witness history firsthand. Now that's a story for the grandkids. Alright folks, buckle up because we're headed to Skardu, the capital of Gilgit-Baltistan. This place is basically the adventure capital of Pakistan. Think of it as the base camp for all those crazy mountain climbers trying to conquer K2 and Nanga Parbat. But don't worry, you don't need to be a professional mountain goat to enjoy Skardu. It's got something for everyone, from stunning lakes to ancient forts. Skardu is home to the iconic Shangri-La Resort, which I hear is absolutely breathtaking. They've got this crazy cool restaurant, literally built on the edge of a cliff overlooking the Indus River. I'm talking about those Instagram-worthy views that'll make your followers green with envy. And let's not forget about the food, folks. The best time to visit Skardu is during the summer months, from May to September. The weather is perfect for exploring all the amazing outdoor activities Skardu has to offer. We're talking about trekking, hiking, and even whitewater rafting. And if you're feeling really adventurous, you can even go paragliding over the Himalayas. Now, if you're into history, make sure you check out the Skardu Fort. This bad boy dates back to the 16th century and offers some insane views of the city and the surrounding mountains. Another must-visit is the Sopomela Festival, a traditional harvest festival celebrated in August. You'll get to experience the local culture, music, and dance. Trust me, it's an experience you won't forget. Next up, we're heading to the Swat Valley, often called the Switzerland of Pakistan. And honestly, I can see why. This place is straight out of a postcard with lush green valleys, snow-capped mountains, and crystal-clear rivers. It's like Mother Nature decided to show off a little bit when she created Swat. Now, Swat has had its fair share of struggles in the past, but let me tell you, the people there are incredibly resilient and welcoming. They've worked hard to rebuild their communities and welcome tourists back to experience the beauty of their valley. And trust me, it's worth the visit. One of the coolest things about Swat is its rich history. This place was once a major center of Buddhism, and you can still find ancient ruins and monasteries scattered throughout the valley. Make sure you check out the Butkara Stupa, which dates back to the 2nd century BC. And if you're looking for some adventure, Swat's got you covered. You can go hiking in the mountains, rafting in the Swat River, or even skiing in the Malam Jaba ski resort during the winter months. And let's not forget about the food. Swat is famous for its trout fish, so make sure you try some while you're there. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to embark on an epic road trip along the Makran Coastal Highway. This highway stretches over 650 kilometers along the Balochistan coast, connecting Karachi in the south to Gwadar in the north. And let me tell you, the views are absolutely breathtaking. Imagine driving along winding roads with the turquoise waters of the Arabian Sea on one side and rugged mountains on the other. Along the way, you'll encounter pristine beaches, charming fishing villages, and some of the friendliest people you'll ever meet. Now, the Makran Coast isn't your typical tourist destination. It's still relatively undeveloped, which honestly is part of its charm. You won't find any fancy resorts or crowded beaches here. What you will find is a raw and untouched beauty that's hard to come by these days. And the seafood? Oh man, the seafood. Freshly caught and cooked to perfection, it's a culinary experience you won't soon forget. Alright folks, buckle up because we're headed to Ranakot Fort, often called the Great Wall of Sind. And let me tell you, this ain't your average fort. This place is massive. We're talking about the largest fort in the world, people. You could fit a small country inside these walls. Seriously, this fort is so huge, historians still debate why it was built in the first place. Some say it was meant to protect against invading armies, while others think it might have been a giant royal hunting ground. Whatever the reason, it's a sight to behold. Imagine trekking along these ancient walls, the wind whipping through your hair as you look out over the vast, rugged landscape. You can almost hear the echoes of history whispering through the stones. Makes you want to grab a sword and start defending something, doesn't it? Now, exploring Ranakot Fort is not for the faint of heart. This place is massive, and you're going to need some serious time to see it all. But trust me, it's worth every step. Within the fort's walls, you'll find ancient mosques, crumbling watchtowers, and even a few hidden passages. It's like stepping back in time. Just watch out for snakes, all right? They're part of the authentic experience. And hey, if you're feeling really adventurous, why not camp out under the stars? Imagine the stories those ancient walls could tell. Just don't be surprised if you hear a goat or two in the middle of the night. Last but definitely not least, we arrive at our final destination, the breathtaking NeelumValley. Now, if Pakistan's tourism board had a poster child, it would be this place. It's like Mother Nature decided to go on a landscaping spree and just went all out. We're talking towering mountains, crystal clear rivers, waterfalls cascading down lush green slopes. It's the kind of place that makes you want to quit your job, sell all your possessions, and become a wandering poet. But Neelam Valley isn't just about pretty scenery. Oh no, my friends, this place is an adventure lover's paradise. We're talking hiking trails that will test your limits, fishing spots that'll make you feel like you're in a postcard, and rafting opportunities that will have you screaming with a mix of terror and pure joy. And if you're lucky, you might even spot some of the local wildlife, like the elusive snow leopard. Just, admire it from a safe distance. We don't want any international incidents on our hands. Well, folks, there you have it. The top 10 places you absolutely have to see in Pakistan. From the towering peaks of the Karakoram to the ancient ruins of Mohenjo-Daro, this country has something for everyone. So, what are you waiting for? Pack your bags, book your tickets, and get ready for an adventure you'll never forget. Just, maybe brush up on your Urdu first. It'll make ordering at those roadside food stalls a whole lot easier. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this tour of the best places to see in Pakistan. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more travel guides and adventures. See you in the next video.